Eddie, congratulations. A win that lifts you up to 14th. How impressed were you with the performance this afternoon?
Yeah, very pleased. Difficult game. We knew today was going to be really tough. Now, obviously, the sending off changes the task in front of us, but it doesn't necessarily make it any easier. So they were always going to drop deep and defend with numbers back there, and we had to be creative and try and break them down. And I thought we were very good down the sides of the pitch with Ryan Fraser, Matt Targett and Jacob Murphy and Emil Kraft. I thought we did really well down the sides, but a number of balls in their box, and eventually the weight of those paid dividends for us.
It was an unchanged team, but you did swap the sides that the wingers were playing on. Why was that? And as you say, how well did you feel that it did work?
Yeah, well spotted. So yeah, we switched Ryan over and Murph's over for tactical reasons, really, just looking at our opposition, and I feel I haven't wanted to change too much since our run has started. And when you find a good chemistry in the team, I think I'm reluctant to break it, but then I think you have to tweak and change for your opponent. So we've done that in many different ways throughout this run, and this was one of those things where they were playing with we felt they would play with 5 at the back, because that's been their consistent system. They changed today, which surprised us, but it was because of that.
Joe Linton, he's performed so well for you ever since you walked through the door. That goal, that header, was that just in keeping with everything that he has been doing since you arrived?
Yeah, really, really pleased for him. Him and Joe Willock playing in those roles, attacking midfielders in our system that we've played. Very important that they create and they score. Otherwise, you're looking around and the team probably doesn't have enough goals. So they're very important players for us, and it was great to see a cross and a header, and these are things you work on all the time in training. And really pleased for Joe, because I think he will feel in that position that he needs to score. He wants to score. He's predominantly been an attacking player all his career, so delighted for him personally, and it just underlines how important he's become for us. And
with Joe Willock, his second in 2 games, was that finish just the finish of a player full of confidence?
Very much so. Fabian played his part in that, and the defence did, because I think it was from a set play, if I remember rightly. But Joe again showed his energy and his athleticism to end up getting in a really good position. But then the finish wasn't easy from that range, and I thought he finished it really well. So 2 and 2 for him, and the signs are that he's beginning to get his goal scoring boots back on, which the team needs.
And that confidence can be so important for players. It can make players go on a run. You must be hoping the same can happen for Chris Wood, who's done everything today except just get that goal.
Yeah, I thought that today was a day for Chris. I think there was a couple of balls and he got his head on the end of them, and I was hoping for him, obviously, that he could get off the mark. But it doesn't really matter who scores for me, as long as the scoreline is what we need it to be. The individual accolades can be shared out in different ways. So Chris, for me, has been very, very good. I thought his hold-up play today was good. I thought his work rate, again, unquestionable. Both boxes, set plays, he's hugely important. So it's no coincidence that since he's come in and other players have come in, they've lifted the quality of the squad, and he's played a massive part in our recent run of results.
Another clean sheet as well, Eddie. How pleasing is that for you and the rest of the coaching staff as well?
Well, it's the fundamental of the game. I know it's a well-used cliche, but your foundation starts from the back and with your goalkeeper and runs through the team. I think we've looked very solid in recent games now. That challenge will only get harder with the opponents we have. But really pleased with the cohesive nature of the team at the minute. And we're missing big players as well. So that's a massive positive, because it proves that we can still perform and win despite losing some big players and big characters.
A memorable moment today as well when Christian Eriksen came on, made his return. How nice was that?
It was a great moment, and I think you could feel the emotion in the stadium. I think I was able to cut myself off from the game for a split second. Very difficult for me to do, but I was able to do it in recognition for him, because this is something more important than the result today. It was about someone returning to the football pitch who was obviously in a really difficult situation. So I hope he goes on to have many happy years in the game, and it's just great to see him back where he belongs.
Just finally, Eddie, just back to Newcastle. Obviously the win does lift you up a few places in the table. I suppose it's fantastic to be there, but just how much work is there still to do?
Huge amount of work. I suppose you're expecting me to say that, but it's the reality, it's the truth, because as we've seen in a positive way, our season's changed in a matter of games, but it can also work the other way. So we have to guard against complacency, we have to guard against not preparing as well as we can, and now we have a very tough run of games, a lot of fixtures to come after the Brighton game, and we need to be ready for a very intense spell.